at 6. Pittsburgh paints the town red ahead of the Gorillas' first football game. We are here live for the festivities. Plus, the city of Parsons throws an event to help reintegrate veterans. And schools in Oklahoma try to adjust to a new statewide test scoring.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach on the road in downtown Pittsburgh for the Paint the Town Red Block Party. Despite the weather, and it is raining right now, there's a lot of fun planned for this evening. Gus the Gorilla will be here, and he's expected to be participating in a fun run with the kids. Not only are we celebrating Little Balkan Days with live music and vendors throughout the weekend, but we're also kicking off the PSU football season. Tomorrow night, the number 6 Gorillas take on the number 3 team in the nation, Ferris State. Tonight's pep rally is just getting underway, and there's also a meet and greet with the PSU football and cross-country teams. Now, Paint the Town Red actually kicked off earlier this week as businesses started decorating their storefronts. Kansas Teachers Credit Union took one of the top prizes in Division 2. This year's theme, City of Champions. Congrats also go out to the winners in Division 1, the City of Pittsburgh, in Division 3, A&R Rentals, and the community favorite, CHC SEK. Well, meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney is joining me here. She's been in the rain a little bit already.
I got caught in the rain, so we have one isolated shower moving over Pittsburgh right now, heading southeast, so it's like 5-10 more minutes, I promise, of the rain. Then if we expand out, we're going to see a couple more isolated showers, mostly along, maybe a little north of I-44 and south. Those are going to continue for the next couple of hours. Then we're going to take a look. We've got a couple more chances of rain, but the rain is due to a cold front moving through. So we see these drop in temperatures, upper 90s yesterday to upper 80s today. So I know we don't like to get caught in the rain. I do, but it is for a good cause. We are getting cooler temperatures for the rest of the week, but I'll have more details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, Kansas authorities investigated an officer-involved shooting. The incident happened yesterday just after 3 p.m. near 4th Street and Poplar Place in Coffeyville. Officers stopped a Ford pickup truck driven by Derek Trotter, who was connected to an active investigation. While officers tried to detain Trotter to serve a search warrant, he began to struggle. Officers deployed tasers, but with no effect. One officer then pulled their firearm and fired 3 rounds, striking Trotter. EMS transported Trotter to an area hospital where he was pronounced deceased. No law enforcement officers were injured in the shooting. Joplin police have identified the driver of the semi-truck killed earlier this week on Interstate 44. On Tuesday, authorities responded to reports of a rollover crash at the 9-mile marker on I-44. A semi-truck driven by 51-year-old Jermaine Bingham of Bigsby, Oklahoma, left the roadway and struck an overhead sign support pole. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The Labette Center for Mental Health Services held its Green Zone event today in Parsons. The event provides opportunities for veterans reintegrating back into the community. The program addressed the strengths and challenges of the veteran populations, as well as providing community networking and information on employment, housing, and mental health.
Partnership with people doesn't necessarily mean a perfect like-mindedness, that you don't have to be a superhero to help someone. You can start helping and then pass the baton to the right place. And that engaging someone is often more important than having the perfect answer.
The event also featured a catered lunch. This was the 10th presentation of the Labette Community Green Zone event. Oklahoma schools are working to deal with a recent change in state test scoring. This comes after the Oklahoma Department of Education changed its scoring method, but did not announce the change. KOAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to the Miami School District about how they're handling this.
Level 0 is perfect, guys.
The Oklahoma Department of Education lowered its state cutoff score for what's considered proficient. This caused a jump in students who were considered proficient, a misleading increase.
But to the general public and the parents, it's deceiving because it looks like, oh, my child is right on target, they're doing great. But when you lower those cut scores, it might not be as great as it seems.
She says this change wasn't originally disclosed to Oklahoma school districts, and she doesn't know the exact reason that it was changed.
I don't know all the reasoning. We really weren't communicated that the cut scores were going to be lowered. And so that's kind of why everyone's in limbo, awaiting an answer.
Miami Public Schools say they look at OPI scores yearly, which can give a more accurate representation of student progress. They also say these test scores are not the sole indicator of student success.
We've had about 100 internships, and that wasn't a thing that was happening here 4 years ago. So seeing that growth is very important.
Performance index, which is the OPI. And so we compare students' test scores that way rather than by their proficiency or basic or below basic. That's how we look at it, because that's the true measure of growth.
Looking at OPI instead of the state's cutoff scores is how Miami schools track their student growth. By doing it this way, Douthit says they've seen a 10-point increase in scores. Iverson and Douthit say communication and transparency are important so that the schools can do their best to meet the standards of the State Department. Reporting in Miami, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The assistant superintendent of Miami Schools says they emphasize measuring success by preparing students for life after school. That's why they offer opportunities for leadership and internships. Well, coming up, Pitt State's Associate Athletic Director Jacob Leonard joins us to talk about tomorrow's big game and the significance of the blackout theme. That's right after the break.
The KO.
We are back live at the Paint the Town Red Block Party, and joining me, of course, you can see Gus the Gorilla and our former KOAM Sports Director and now PSU Associate Athletic Director, Jacob Leonard. And thank you for joining us, Jacob.
Oh, I appreciate you guys having me. It's weird being on this side of the KOAM interview.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Well, you deserve it.
I appreciate it.
All right. Okay, so tomorrow's game is a big one against Ferris State, but the party at the Gorilla Village is actually earlier than 7 p.m. when the game time starts. Tell us what's going to be happening.
Well, first off, big game is kind of an understatement. We've got two of the top programs in the United States of America playing right here in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. But yeah, we take a lot of pride in, providing one of the best atmospheres in Division II, and that doesn't just include the game, that includes pregame. So, you come out tomorrow afternoon to Gorilla Village. Of course, we have live music, we have food trucks, we got activities for kids. Gus, of course, is going to be there. You get to see our band, cheer, dance, all perform in front of the stadium before we get to the football game. So it's a good time. And the Gorilla Walk, of course, one of the coolest things in all of Division II football, happens at about 5:45, 5:50. So make sure you're there early. Take part in all the fun activities before the game, but also when it comes to game time, make sure you get in and be loud, because it is one of the best games all season in Division II football.
Now, this game in particular has a specific theme. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is a blackout theme, and it's something that, we haven't really tried before. This uniform that we have is something that's pretty new for Pittsburgh State, but the game and the uniform both kind of built around our Silverback Fund. And the Silverback Fund provides dollars, provides money, and it goes straight towards student athletes scholarships. It really is the culmination of a summer-long campaign to grow the Silverback Fund and to grow support for Pittsburgh State student athletes. So Silverback Fund's really important to provide those scholarship dollars. We're Pittsburgh State, right? We like to be the best at everything, and making sure we get the best student athletes to Pittsburgh State is a big deal, and the Silverback Fund certainly helps us do that.
I also wanted to talk a little bit about the new sports that Pitt State is now offering, soccer and men's golf.
Yeah, of course, we're really excited. We have 37 young women on campus now as part of the inaugural women's soccer team here at Pittsburgh State. They're going to get the season started next Thursday, September 5th. So we're excited to see what they can do. They've already had a few scrimmages. They look good. They're exciting to watch. And, of course, we're relaunching the men's golf program, and I know we have a good group there. They just got their gear last week. If you follow us on social media, you've seen some of the cool stuff that they've got. So we're excited about both of those teams. And not only that, but, our football team right now ranked 6th in the country. Our cross-country teams in the fall were both number 1 in the MIAA preseason coaches polls. Volleyball has a bunch of good new players in, and good players coming back. So it's an exciting time for Pittsburgh State athletics, not just in the fall, but really all the way around.
All right, thank you so much, Jacob. And again, it's going to be a huge game, so everybody get out to Carney Smith Stadium tomorrow night. Well, Lindsay returns with a complete look at your forecast, and a little later, KOAM Sports Director John Dales is live from Mount Vernon for tonight's Game of the Week against Aurora. He has that story and more later in sports.
Hospitals are central to this.
Hey, it's meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney, and I am out here for Paint the Town Red Day, and I knew it was going to rain. The isolated storm passing by a little bit earlier in the afternoon ahead of the other shower chances. However, across the area, most of these storms are staying just along I-44, maybe a little bit north and then south. But taking a look, deep dive into Pittsburgh, if you're going out to paint the town red day, you can see that isolated storm moving past Pittsburgh, but only another 10 minutes or so. You can already see it starting to lighten up. It was pretty heavy for a minute there, but we do have rain chances continuing for the next couple of hours, all the way until this afternoon. Oh, looks like my laptop doesn't want to work right now. 1 second. All right, well, continuing to talk about the rain, we've got these rain chances continuing for the next couple of hours, clearing out by about 8-9 p.m. Luckily, along the cold front, is going to clear out, but we do have cooler temperatures for the next couple of days, and we do have a break in the rain tonight. However, more rain showers continue as we move through tomorrow as well. Evening planner, those isolated storms, like I said, continue until about 8 p.m., but then we move to mostly cloudy overnight. Overnight lows dropping down to the lower 70s, maybe upper 60s. So it's a good thing that we're getting this rain. I know some people don't want to be caught up out here, painted the town red day in the rain, but I know everyone's sick of those warmer temperatures, so we can take a look at that future track, see a couple more showers continuing just until about 9-10 p.m., clearing out for the overnight hours, and you can see a couple of isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two, picking back up around 4:35 a.m. on Saturday. You can see just north of Pittsburgh, just south of Parsons, moving through, and then mostly clearing out. Couple more isolated storms early afternoon on Saturday, very isolated, not expecting a wide threat for rain showers, and then we clear out. Looking ahead to Sunday morning, temperatures dropping down to mid to lower 60s, so a lot cooler than what it has been the last couple of days, and our highs on Sunday only getting up to mid to upper 80s, so we've definitely dropped those temperatures quite drastically since earlier this week in the upper 90s to this weekend, Labor Day weekend, in the mid 80s, so nearly 10-15 degree drop. Widespread rain showers, not seeing a ton of accumulation, and you can see those dodging storms early Saturday. Clearing out for the rest of Labor Day weekend, looking clear, mostly sunny, but a couple of clouds, can't rule those out. For the rest of the forecast period, we're seeing temperatures in the mid to lower 80s, so we're definitely going to see September temperatures, fall weather. I'm super excited about it.
And the cool thing is it's already started to lighten up.
I told you.
Nothing right now.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it would. I love the rain. As you can see, I got rained on a little bit earlier. What are you going to do?
It's all right. We like it. There's going to be a lot more fun out here tonight.
Definitely.
And the rain is heading out.
And it's cooler.
All right, still ahead. Friday Night Lights is back. High school football kicks off tonight in Missouri and in Oklahoma. Sports director John Dales joins us live from Mount Vernon for the game of the week. Stick around for that and more up next.
Hey, welcome into sports. I'm John Dales. Football season is here, and last night several teams got an early start to their 2024 campaign, one of those being the Missouri Southern Lions. They lose their season opener 18-11 on the road at Midwestern State. Brock Baldridge had the coverage in Wichita Falls, and he recaps what went wrong for Southern.
Well, football season is underway. The four states, the Missouri Southern Lions, opened the season 0-1 after an 18-11 loss to the Midwestern State Mustangs. Lions were missing a handful of players on the offensive side of the ball. I asked head coach Atiba Bradley about some of the challenges losing some of those key players.
Yeah, Nathan didn't play, Deontay didn't play, Akeem Gilmore didn't play, Joaquin went out in the first half. But we got to play football. I ain't going to sit here and go, hey, woe is me, we're missing a couple guys. At the end of the day, we need people to step up. That's why you recruit. That's why we have the depth that we have. And so did we miss those guys? Absolutely. But we're not going to sit here and dwell on what we don't have. We got to do a better job of what we do have. Our goals are still the same. I mean, we still want to be we still want to win the MIAA. We still want to play in the postseason. We still want to win all our home games. And so all those goals are still intact. We can go out and get those, but we got to. The bottom line is we got to get better. We got a long way to go if we're going to accomplish those things.
While still a lot of football left to be played, the Missouri Southern Lions will head back home to Joplin next Saturday for a home opener against their rival Pitt State. Should be a good one. Reporting from Wichita Falls, Brock Baldridge, KOAM News.
Well, week 0 of the Division II college football season continues tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. Ahead of playing the Lions, the Gorillas play host for one of, if not the biggest games in the country. It's number 6 against number 3 in the preseason rankings. As Ferris State comes to town, we'll keep you covered for that one here on Fox 14 as well as KOAM. Well, high school football begins tonight in the 4 states. As we're coming on the air, dozens of games throughout our area are reaching the final moments of the 4th quarter. You can catch all the highlights from our area in about 30 minutes on KOAM. With our first edition of 4 States Friday night, it's a full slate of packed games. Missouri and Oklahoma schools begin their 2024 seasons. Our KOAM sports teams will be at several of the top contests in their area. One of those is a battle between Mount Vernon and Aurora, 2 teams looking to make some noise in the revamped Big 8 Conference, which is down to just 9 members. We also have a battle between McDonald County and Lamar. Webb City goes on the road to Lebanon. Joplin is at Kickapoo. That's a rematch of a playoff game from last fall. Those contests and a whole lot more. Join us over at KOAM at 10:15 for all the highlights. That's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A warning from health experts ahead of the holiday weekend to be on the lookout for potentially contaminated meat. Plus, how the TSA is preparing for what's expected to be a record-breaking number of Labor Day travelers. And a military family is reunited with their pet dog after it got lost 2 years ago on the opposite side of the country. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, a greenhouse farmer in Neosho, Missouri says the hot temperatures this season forced him to spend extra funds on crops as well as work extra jobs just to stay on top of things. He says weather conditions, especially persistent drought conditions, can have a major impact on crops.
It's been just a drought the entire month, right? You don't really get much rain. It's just the clouds aren't as thick as they used to be.
We'll have more on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. And we were definitely not in a drought out here this evening.
I knew it was going to rain, but there is a 100% chance that it is done raining in Pittsburgh, so you can come here and enjoy the rest of Paint the Town Red Day.
Get rid of it?
I think we can get rid of it. So we've got more shower chances, mostly south of Pittsburgh for the next couple of hours, but clearing out by about 9 or 10. Looking forward to a couple showers in the morning on Saturday till early afternoon. Very isolated, not widespread. And then the rest of your Labor Day looking fantastic. Mid to upper 80s for the highs and mostly sunny on Sunday and Monday. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the rest of the week. Temperatures in the mid to lower 80s. I will admit I've already decorated for fall. I know it's still August. I just wanted to spice things up.
Well,
Pumpkin spice it up.
You do it when you got a chance, and you might as well get on it.
Yes.
But as you can see, people are starting to roam around because the rain has ended. Paint the Town Red is in full swing this evening. We are ready to have a lot of fun. We've got Gus the Gorilla out here. There's going to be a kids' fun run. Just a lot of action tonight. The pep rally's getting underway. Actually, I think it's already started back there. But yeah, pretty cool.
I'm super happy to be here. Even though it rained, I was happy about it.
I know, we got rain here. All right, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.
Saxon